Welcome back to another episode of Dentside Depot. Today we're going to be installing our 12-valve Cummins project into our 1979 F350 Supercab. We've been waiting 6 months to get to this point, and today is the day. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this drop down on the ground all the way so we can jack this engine up and get it on in there. So stay tuned, enjoy the episode. All right, before we go through the process of installing this bad boy, let's go over what the engine actually is. So it is a 12-valve Cummins engine out of a 97 Dodge, and this particular one is a P-pump motor from a manual transmission truck, so it has the 215 horse P-pump on it. Now, I have taken the whole engine apart. The only thing I've not done is pulled the crank out and done the bearings and the piston rings. This engine did not smoke before I got it, and the cylinder walls look to be excellent, so I didn't want to mess with it. It has a brand new head on it that's been O-ringed. It has 60-pound springs. It has the better push rods from Power Driven Diesel. You can also see it has ARP head studs installed, which is extremely important on these engines. And it has machined pedestals. I have also bottom tapped all of the threading for the studs, which is critical. And then I painted the whole engine black, and that's about it. Anything that you see on the engine that's not currently painted or doesn't look nice is because I'm going to build the rest of the engine while it is on the truck, because I needed to get weights and measurements for setting up the rear and everything else. So to install this, we have Auto World Conversions bracket kit on here, and I have not installed anything yet, and we are going to get through that process right now, so let's see what involves. All right, the first step is installing the actual motor mounts, and these go right onto the bracket. These tabs are supposed to face towards the rear of the vehicle. And then you have a washer and you have a lock nut like so. And Auto World Conversions says to put everything on loosely to begin with. Now let's take a look at what we have to put on the engine. Okay, so the next step is we need to install the actual motor mount. And you can see this is the motor mount right here. The directions say specifically to install only the driver's side mount loosely. So we're just going to get it mounted up here like so. Get all 4 bolts in, and as we put this in and get it closed, then we will install the passenger mount. And then once everything is definitely in place, clearly we will then tighten everything down all the way. All right, so I'm going to get the motor jacked up here, and we will get it into place. I needed to wait to put the one motor mount on the engine block. I don't really see that there was any advantage to doing it like that. If I had to do it again, I would just put them both on from the beginning. Oh, boom, that is in. That took exactly 10 minutes on the clock at a camera to send it home. Obviously, I need to angle it and everything. And it is definitely a snug fit. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a ratchet strap around the back of the engine so we can pull the hoist out, and then I'll put it back up in the air and we will see where this thing sits. So sit tight and I'll have it back up in the air in a second. Okay, and there it is installed finally. The engine is in, the back is just being held with a ratchet strap temporarily, and check this out. I guessed when it was on the ground and I got it right to 5 degrees. Obviously that's gonna change, but I thought that was pretty funny. How much did the front drop after getting just the engine in? Well, about 3 inches, a tad more than 3 inches. It's already down, and there's a lot more weight to go. I would say now seeing this in, definitely impressed with Auto World Conversions brackets. You do have to paint all these and you just see that paint's just chipping off there because it's rubber, polyurethane, whatever it is. But this definitely looks really, really good. It's still pretty high off the ground, but that's going to come down some more. It'll be interesting to see how much room there is for the fan. I already know I'm going to run into some custom needed issues right there, but looks awesome. Really happy with what it looks like. I would say it's maybe a tad off to the driver's or to the passenger side. I'll have to measure it. And then of course I can also space it out if I want to as well. If you really enjoy this content, please remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next episode.